Good evening. It is Green Bay Packers game day. Playing Monday Night Football, so I'm rocking a Packers shirt, but I'm still gonna play baseball Immaculate Grid because I'm not very good at football. Either playing it or Immaculate Grid. Um, but yeah, I guess I'll just swing right into it. I had an interesting throwback game. I played Immaculate Grid number 4. Turns out they had a what I'm calling a singularity. They had MVP for the Marlins, which is just Giancarlo Stanton, and I was very sure it was just Giancarlo Stanton. It turns out it was. So I took an even 100 for that one. But anyway, I'm gonna get it right into it. I'm gonna start playing here. We've got the Astros, the Cardinals, any All-Star, stacked up against I think I might play Mickey Cochran. Did I play that yesterday? I might play that or yesterday for game number 4. I'm trying to remember. But I saw Tigers and All-Star and I just thought Mickey Cochran, gotta go. Twins and then Blue Jays down here. So now that I've said it, Mickey Cochran was an early All-Star with the Tigers. He goes 0.1%. Um, and now we can swing. Let's see. Astros and Twins. I think this was on crossover grid the other day, and I'm going to go not with Carlos Correa, who is probably going to take 75+% because not a ton of options. I'm going to go with Carlos Gomez, the former Milwaukee Brewer. He goes 2%. Okay. Let's see. Twins and Cardinals. Tom Herr will work. Gary Gaetti will work. Steve Carlton will work. Let's go Steve Carlton. See how he does. He ever so briefly played for the Twins. 3%. Okay, that's a lot higher. I'm not going to do that one anymore. That's a lot higher than I was expecting. Twins All-Star. I've used a good one before. It was, I want to say Ron Coomer. He was their third baseman at the time. I just remember he was an all-star because the Twins had to have an all-star. That's really all I remember. I think it was 99. I think he edged out A-Rod for an all-star spot because of that role. I think the rosters were a little bit tighter at that time. So he goes sub 1%. 9 times as popular though as Hall of Fame catcher Mickey Cochran. So that's the thing, I guess. Let's see where to go next. Cardinals and Tigers. What do we think of former Brewer second baseman Fernando Vina? Also higher than I would have expected. So Carlton Gomez and Vina, if I'm at kind of Coomer, I'll go quite a bit higher than I was expecting. It's all right though. Not terrible, just not super great. Let's see. Now Tigers and Astros. Brad Ausmus will work, right? He was the catcher for the Astros when I started following baseball, and I think he makes his way over to the Tigers. Aubrey Huff, I believe, will work. Ooh, I got one. I thought of a better one. Eddie Matthews closed out his career with both teams. I think in the 68 season. Maybe it's like 67, 68, but something like that. So he goes less than 1%. So I got a 4% out of Fernando Vina for Cardinals and Tigers, but I got 8 times lower than that, or 1/8 as much as that for Eddie Matthews. Also a Milwaukee player. So I've got 3 Milwaukee players on here. I might have been able to get a little bit creative here, and well, I don't know if I could have gotten. I don't know if I could have gotten all these. Let's see. So now let's make our way. We got Astros and Blue Jays. Let's see. Did J.A. Happ ever play for the Astros? Kind of think he did. but not saying that with a ton of certainty. Let's see. Maybe I should just go Blue Jays All-Star first, try to identify someone who will work. Um, About Sean Green. I know he was in that same, as he was an all-star teammate of Ron Coomer. He was in the home run derby that year. He goes under 1%. Featured with the Dodgers. Had a big year in 99 and 98. He had a 30-30 season in 98 with the Blue Jays. All right. I just thought of a Blue Jay Cardinal, former Brewer, or teammate of Fernando Vina. That would be Mike Matheny with an N. Goes 0.4. All right. So to close this grid out strong, I just need to come up with someone who is with the Astros and the Blue Jays. It's an interesting combination of teams. I'm not sure if Dotel works. Lofton does not work. He never played for the Blue Jays. Matt Stairs, I don't think ever played for the Astros. It's one of the teams he didn't play for. I don't think Edwin Jackson's helping me out very much. How about this one? I can go with Jose Cruz Jr. because I remember he briefly played for the Astros at the end of his career, which was his dad's primary team. He goes sub 1%. So I still get a 13 out of it. No bad ones, really. Actually, here's a surprising one. Gaetti was number one for Cardinals and Twins at 14%, which means Carlton was probably top five. Yeah, Carlton and I guess All-Star, it's not surprising. You have a lot of options. Paul DeYoung is also a low leader with 12% for St. Louis and Toronto. A little bit of a funky grid here, a little bit. Yeah, interesting. I guess let's just play. There's 120 people maxed out by a very sad looking Gary Gaetti. There are some other ones who would have worked. Was not going to get Pat Borders, even though I've clearly selected him before. Man, there's a lot of people I was not ever going to get. I'm even trying to think like senators and Cardinals. Look like Jim Catworks, Kyle Lose, all right. Mike Morgan works. He's one we've used before. Did not realize AJ Przinsky worked. Man, yeah, I'm coming up on like if you give me all day, I was not going to come up with almost any of these guys. I got Tom Herr, I got Gaetti, just off the top of my head. Um, I didn't know Brent Bradonsky played for the Cardinals. Yeah, there's a lot of I only had a few options of people who I actually knew. Really only a couple here, as far as I can tell. Did not know Jason Marquis would work either. All right. Um, Although I did learn that Jason Marquis won the 2005 Silver Slugger for pitcher, not because of any genius on my part, but because it wasn't Dontrelle Willis who I selected. And so I lost an Immaculate grid while on video. It was one of these a while ago. But I'll take a 13. 13 is a pretty good score, even if Fernando Vina takes a rocking 4%. So yeah, not a bad day. So I'll be back at it tomorrow. Go Packers and enjoy playoff baseball if your team's still in it. Peace.